morning everyone, it's Carol here at Aakash Journals. Lovely as always to have you with me. I thought I would just pop on camera today and give you a quick update on how my embroidered wreath journal is progressing. Obviously it's very early stages because this is going to be my year-long project for 2025, and if you remember from part 1 or the previous video, I've got about 8 or 9 of these little wreath designs to embroider. Now this one here is the one that I chose for January, and as you can see I finished all the foliage and I'm just doing the final touches, which are the little tiny berries dotted all the way around in amongst the foliage. So I've got a single strand of a lovely deep red DMC thread, and I'm just doing a couple of wraps around my needle for my French knots. As you can see, this is a lovely simple design, nothing complicated about it at all. And as I mentioned in the previous video, I just wanted simple embroideries that I can sit and do in an evening whilst I'm watching television. And then by the end of the year, I'm going to bind them into a fabric journal. I'm just going to speed up the recording a little bit for you as I finish off these last few French knots. As you can see, I've got a New Zealand felt mat on my desk. These are absolutely gorgeous to use when you're doing embroidery, especially if you've got a hard desk like I have in front of you. I find them particularly useful when you want to do something like French knots. I like to anchor my needle down into the felt to help me keep the thread tension around my needle nice and firm before I actually pull the needle all the way through the fabric. So here's my first little wreath embroidery all done and dusted. Got through it a lot quicker than I thought I would, but then these are really simple embroideries, absolutely beginner friendly, but a joy to stitch regardless. So let me lift it out of the hoop so that you can have a better look at it. Obviously this needs a good press, and that will also get rid of the few little marks on here which formed part of the design that I didn't stitch over the top of. In terms of what thread I used, the green was a DMC floss or stranded cotton 3051, and the red for the little berries, that was 612, and again a DMC stranded cotton or floss. I'll pop that in the description box below the video. I used split back stitch to make the main circular part of the wreath, and also for each of these little fir branches down the center, again split back stitch. For the actual pine needles, I used just a straight stitch and varied those, some are long, some are short, trying not to keep them too regular because they aren't in nature. And for the little berries here, I just did French knots, and that's all it was, that easy. So I will take this away now. I will trim it up to get rid of these frayed edges, give it a good press, and then I will pop it to one side, ready for when I bind it into my journal in due course. There'll be some close-up photos at the end of the video so that you can see it in more detail. So thank you so much everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye now.